Now, I'm Marc Stevens, author of Government Indicted. You can get a copy at markstevens.net. Do a radio show called The No State Project. We're live every most Saturdays from 4 to 7 Eastern Standard Time on LRN.FM. That is the Liberty Radio Network. And so if you disagree with something I present here in this video or anything on markstevens.net or whatever I've put out publicly, and you don't believe it's true and you have facts to the contrary, give us a call or I'll set you up as a guest. Again, we're live most Saturdays from 4 to 7 Eastern Standard Time. And I'll even go on another live broadcast if you can set that up. What I want to talk about today is, well, there's no such thing as a routine traffic stop. Or what is commonly referred to as a routine traffic stop is actually an assault with intent to cause bodily injury. It is a crime. And as we'll see, there's not even an escape clause for the police officers or the government types. So some people, like with taxation, they say, well, it's not robbery because it's with lawful authority, because they wrote their own codes. And, well, whoever takes by force property and deprives one of another of their property is guilty of robbery. But you see, we have lawful authority, so it's okay for us to steal. But they don't even have that here for assault. So this is a very common way that the people who belong to the church of the state, the people who have this religious reverence for people called government, which doesn't exist. It's just a gang of killers, thieves, and liars. They're just people forcing us to give them money. So I defy anybody I challenge anybody. If you think that government is more than just men and women forcing us to pay them, call the show. Love to hear your explanation. Dissent is always welcome on the No State Project. But let's go through and show how the facts prove a so-called routine traffic stop is an act of aggression, it is a crime, and the police officer is a criminal. Every single one of them. And the ones directing the police officers to do that, they're criminals too. So let's take a look at this. Well, I'm going to use the one in Arizona. Most places, they always look at, pretty much identical. They have very few differences. We have here Arizona Revised Statutes, Title 13, Section 1203, assault. And the important part here is where it says a person commits assault by, we're going to go to number 2 because there's 3. 2, intentionally placing another person in reasonable apprehension of imminent physical injury. So you get those lights behind you, even if you're a Republican, you're not thinking, oh, wow, thank goodness the cops are here. I feel so safe. No. Your heart starts to race, and you're thinking, my gosh, not me. Let him go protect somebody else. But we all have that apprehension. Not because we're doing anything wrong and we're doing anything criminal. We're just driving down the street. We just don't know what this individual has in mind for us. You know full well that when those lights go on, you are supposed to stop. And even diehard stays, or you got to stop. Why? Why do you have to stop when the lights come on? Because you have a reasonable apprehension of imminent physical injury. Because as videos can prove, from dash cam videos and whatnot, if you do not stop, the police officer goes through what? The force continuum, the use of force continuum. That's why we can show facts, okay, that there's a reasonable apprehension of imminent physical injury, because when those lights go on, you know full well, we all understand, if you don't stop, the cop will stop you. So that is a reasonable apprehension of imminent physical injury. He's going to stop you. He's not going to just stop you. As we see in the videos, they're going to pull their guns. So reasonable people know if someone pulls a gun, or police officer anyway, when they pull that gun out, they are prepared to shoot you. Okay? It's not a threat. They are prepared to shoot you. So let's take a look at the force continuum, which actually comes from the Illinois Police Training Institute. And yeah, there you go. So if you look here on the right side, deadly force. This is the use of force continuum. It's not because the police officer considers you a threat to his safety, because they would just kill you, no questions asked. This is to get your compliance. That's why when you see on there, it'll say compliance techniques. It's all about getting you. See, it starts with cooperative controls, then it goes with contact controls, compliance techniques. Now, the use of deadly force is still to get compliance. Okay? Regardless of what they tell you. This is why we stop. See, the important thing is here, because this is a mental thing with assault. We'll go back to that. So it is intentionally placing another person in a reasonable apprehension of imminent physical injury. Now, having used a force continuum and knowing that the police officers will ram your car and run up to the door with a loaded gun, with a hot round, with the gun pointed directly at your skull, that's reasonable apprehension of imminent physical harm. If I don't do this, he will kill me. And they will. Plenty of examples of that. So the facts are very clear. It's only when you start using political language to try to get away from the consequences of those facts. Oh, it was a routine traffic stop. No, it was an assault with intent to cause bodily injury. End of discussion. That's what it is. No amount of your cockroach kind of apologetics is going to change those facts. Only the willfully blind and those profiting from it, those with such severe confirmation bias, will not accept the facts right before them. It is an assault with intent to do bodily injury. If you don't stop, they will stop you. And if you disagree, come on the show. I'd be more than happy to hear your argument and your facts to back it up that the police officer is not committing an assault. If you just look at the facts and you don't accept the double standard, well, it's okay if the cops do it. No. We don't accept a double standard as mature, rational adults. If it's assault, when I do it, it's assault when the man with a badge does it, because we're all just people. We're all just men and women. And that's the sickness or the irrationality of this religion called statism, that somehow the rules of normal, acceptable behavior don't apply to people because they call themselves government. And why are they government? No more than because they don't accept the rules that it's somehow okay to steal. It's okay to force us to pay them. That if I did that, I'm a criminal. But if they do it because I'm the government, for nothing more than putting a word in front of it, right, somehow makes it okay. But it's not. You go through the force continuum, what you're doing, again, in summary, you're intentionally placing another person in reasonable apprehension of imminent physical injury. So your routine traffic stop, no. You're placing another person in reasonable apprehension of imminent physical injury, and you can't get away from those facts because they have a force continuum. But if you disagree with that, we're live most Saturdays from 4 to 7 Eastern Standard Time on the Liberty Radio Network, LRN.FM. Contact me at markstevens@mail.com or on Skype at frankrizzle3, and I'd be happy to set you up as a guest. Or, if you can set it up, I will do another live broadcast. We can record it, but I prefer a live broadcast. I like doing it in real time. So, again, my name is Marc Stevens. This is the No State Project. The website, of course, is markstevens.net. And, hey, I look forward to your dissent.